Hey YouTubers, I was going to show you some stuff that I've done to my plow. I bought this back in I think 2005. It was a J-bar blade, 6 foot. I've done some work to it. First thing I did was I had to take this top piece off because it was bent, straighten it out, and then this was back before I had my welder. My brother helped me weld in a piece of square tubing, because every time you punched on this blade or anything, it would bend that in. Then I went back and later, after I got a welder, I added this hydraulic tube. It's a 3" by 12" stroke. It's made by Line or something. So, anyway, put that in there. I added some structure back here. Actually, what's holding it is a lower control arm off of an old Ford Econoline. It has a rubber bushing in there, and it runs back. Now, I got an old cutting edge off of a dozer, and it goes from there to there. I added that to stiffen it up. And what I did on both sides, I put a piece of angle. It was a fairly large angle, and then I got a piece of this cutting edge that I cut off, and I welded it on top. And I used the existing holes and then tried to burn through and make holes. So I never did get it totally finished because I was forced into starting to plow. And of course, a dirt cutting edge on a rough asphalt road doesn't last long. So I took and I cut an old I-beam I got in half, right down the web, and I welded it onto the cutting edge. It's starting to wear off some, but I've gotten a lot of plowing out of that, a lot more than I got out of the original cutting edge. Of course, all that's made this plow pretty heavy, so dragging it and the snow is, I usually go slower, be easy on my clutch. I've slipped my clutch some. That's mostly my fault. When you do a lot of work in the winter and you're wearing boots, and you're freezing to death, yeah, I probably haven't been the most gentle on the clutch. So, but anyway, I was having some problems with this. That was a bent pin. Well, it is a bent pin, but it was only supposed to be bent once. That was just done over a couple years of plowing. I broke one of these and broke many a pin. Yeah, that's not what it really looks like, if you know what I'm talking about. I went through a bunch of these. It bends them and breaks them. But anyway, to fight this year I got me a grade 8 bolt. I probably should have got a little softer. What I did was, I was going to put one of the actual hitch clips in there, but I like work hard, and it was pretty hard to begin with. I couldn't get a hole all the way through it. So what I did was, I just took and put another pin through there. See that? I got holes drilled on both sides of it. In case I never did get the bigger clip through. But this one will break hopefully before I do something. I do need to do something to this because I don't want to break the clip. So all of it falls on one side. Or, a lot of torsion because I don't want to break this rod, but that rod's pretty heavy. I think it's a little pushing down something up where I'm thinking about drilling a hole in here and mounting me up something, and then put a whole washer on top to hold like that, because, and then the bolt would drop down through the washer and it would provide a little bit of support there. It's a work in progress. I can't go up too high because then I can't rotate the blade around. So when I reverse this, the whole bottom has to spin around, and then it uses the other hole, which I'd have to drill a hole up here when it's round on the other side to hold it. So that's some modifications to the blade. I was making sure I got long enough hoses. They're a little bit long actually, but when that blade go down pretty low whenever you're going up a hill, that drops off and the tractor angles down. I just wanted to make sure I had enough. And then it hooks into an aux valve. I'll show you more about this later. I want to make a video about the hydraulics on the Kubota, because apparently There's a lot of YouTubers that don't understand tractor hydraulics, and I think that would help some of them. Anyway, that's the J-bar blade. It pushes pretty good. When I first got it, it was mighty flimsy. Now it's a lot heavier. Of course, you know, the plow itself is a lot heavier on the tractor. So, plowing snow, I usually scrape up stuff, even the asphalt. Yeah, if you hit anything, hold on, because your kidneys are going for a ride. There's no, yeah. You remember from the videos that this thing will go back and forth. Well, it'll give a little bit now. Of course, it needs to, you know, it needs to have a little give in it. But now it should be a lot better. It shouldn't, you know, go all wild and stuff. Yeah, that's from a grease fire. Had the weld disc, I just touched it up with paint so it wouldn't rust. It keeps busting right here. I've welded some stitch down both sides of it. It held a couple jobs afterwards, so we'll see how that holds up. If not, I'm going to have to take some rebar. What I'll probably do is just weld it here and bend it as it's hot and go all the way around it, because you got to do something to keep it from busting up. Of course, if you fix one thing, something else will be the weak link and it'll break most likely. But anyway, that's the J-bar blade and what I've done with it. Y'all take care. Later.